Hello guys and welcome back! This doll took me so much longer than anticipated, but I'm happy that I took my time with her and I hope you will enjoy the process. So let's get started. Today I'm making a mermaid doll, which you probably know because of the title. Well, to make this mermaid I thought of using this RePaint Monster doll, because she already has the whole fish aesthetic going on. But then I found that I have this Rochelle Goyle doll with a missing leg, and I thought it would be perfect. Her ears even look like fish ears. So let's remove the head. Heat up some water and pour it into a container, then dunk the head in for a solid minute. Then just remove the head. No accidents. Then the first thing we are going to work on is the tail. I wanted to make a statue body like I've seen some other doll customizers do, but my boyfriend thought it would be more fun with a bendable one. So I did that, and I didn't really like it. Sorry, Marcus. So I did the statue tail instead. First thing first, use a wire to make the skeleton, flesh it out with aluminum foil. Remember to make the tail smaller than you think you need, because you can always flesh it out later. Then, put on the Sculpting. I'm using Super Sculpting that I got when I was in uni, but I think you can find it at any craft store nowadays. After you're done with the first pass of the tail and you're happy with the body, shove the wired shrimp in the oven at 150 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes. Don't forget to let it cool when you're done. And it's time to put on the scales. I tried some different method. First was to make a thin sheet of clay that I then stamped some scales on. But it took too long for me. Next was to draw a whole bunch of them, but that was too jagged, so I skipped that. So I took a break from the body and did the tail. By putting the armature on a sheet of Sculpting, I drew out the shape I wanted. You can be super creative at this part. And then I went over the lines again to get them out of the clay, like a cookie cutter. While that was curing, I tried again with the tail. I saw on a recap by Nicolle stream that she made a mermaid too. That was so beautiful, I died. And her scale looked more rounded, so I tried picking some pieces of the Sculpting and rolled into my hand and then press it on to make a round scale. And it looked really good actually. I tried to go from small balls to big balls. The higher I got on the tail. This was really time consuming, but not as much as the other ones, so it was a win for me. And it really made me want to try making more organic forms with Sculpting. I also made this tiny fin that is going to go on her hips. By bending it, I got this organic form to it. And here are all the pieces done. Now we can start assembling. I remove the tail part. Get some epoxy and start fleshing out the butt to fit to the tail. I do this in different passing as to make everything fit better. Unfortunately, it was at this moment I realized that the tail was too big for the girl, so I made an entirely new tail to her and used epoxy to blend in the scales and to insert the fins. I sanded down the body a bit to prep for painting. I started with airbrush, but it kept dying on me and getting clogged, so I went over to pastels. But because of the sculpting epoxy, it didn't give a solid color. Also, I couldn't really get rid of all the dust that was collecting between the scales. Thankfully, me and my boyfriend found an art store that had so many spray cans, and I fell in love with this minty one and used it on the tail. To give the fins some dimension, we were going to brush on some Citadel shade, Drakenhof nightshade in between the scales, and then dry brushing it with a lighter color. I go back and forth with shading and dry brushing until I'm satisfied. I wanted the fin to just be one glitter bomb, so I brushed on some watered down wood glue with glitter in it, and then I sparkled on some extra glitter, because glitter. Also, I'm drawing on some extra details. It was also around here I started sketching her on some paper and looked into some different hair I wanted to try, but I wasn't really sure. While we think about that, I paint on the doll's torso, giving her some tiny nipples. And scales to bind the body and tail together. This was super fun, and I do love going that extra miles on dolls. I blushed her arms and body with pastels to give them more dimension. Coloring in the nails with a dark blue-green pen, because why not? Tiny manicure is cute. Don't forget to seal everything with a layer of varnish. As the body is done, we can finally move on to the head. So I didn't really want to use the original Rochelle doll head that I had, because it was too cute. So I used this old repainted one. The hair is a mess, so let's get started by removing it. Cut the hair as close to the hairline you can, remove the glue, and get some acetone to remove the face paint and the colored scalp. So the hair. I bought the hair before starting on the doll and coloring it, so when the hair arrived, the body was more minty and the hair was more apple green. So I asked you guys on Instagram, which you can follow me at honeypeachdoll at Instagram, what you thought, and the majority of you wanted the green hair, so I did that. I colored the scalp with acrylic to block out where the green and yellow should be. Time for the rerooting part. And then I sealed everything with glue. If you wonder, I left the underside naked because I wanted her to have an undercut. Yes, I'm obsessed with the undercut. Maybe I should get one. Let's cover the hair and give her a good spray with MSC before starting on her face. The colors were so vibrant today. I usually have a problem with yellow, but we really got the beautiful yellow eyes and lips to tie the yellow streaks on her hair this time. Also, I would like to apologize for my head being in the way a couple of times. You need to get better on that. I sprayed the head a last time with MSC gloss to give her a wet look and started on the hair. I knew I wanted a part, so while working on that, I really fell in love with a simple ponytail on this doll. So that's what we gave her. Let's pop the doll head back on the body and see the finished doll. I'm so happy with her and surprised, to be honest. She looks so beautiful and it's just like, did I make this? I did not know I made this. Well, I hope you enjoyed this doll repaint, and if you would like to support me, you can like this video and subscribe. And if you want to go that extra mile, I have Etsy that you can check out in the description box down below, as to my other social media platforms. And I will see you some other time. Bye!